Hey guys, and welcome back to the WD Black Cup powered by AMD Ryzen. My name is Apollonia. I'll be your caster and analyst today. And joining me on the panel is CA, caster and analyst. We're so excited to be here. It is the day of the lower bracket quarterfinals. Yesterday we had the upper bracket and it was explosive. I can only imagine that here in the lower bracket, it's definitely going to be a lot more tougher, a lot more on the line because this is the last chance that these teams have to stay in the competition. Up and coming, we're going to have Playground Esports go up against Team Fangs. Let's head into the map veto screen. It's going to be a best of three. CA, what are your thoughts on this matchup? I know that today is going to be a lot for the teams because it is also Revenge Day.
Yeah, exactly as you said. Both of the sets that we're going to be watching today are going to be those revenge matchups. First up, Playground Esports versus Fangs. Playground was the team that pushed Fangs down to the lower bracket to begin with in the round of 16. So I'm sure the Team Fangs will be looking to just get their vengeance here in this match, serve the dish of revenge up cold, and try to knock Playground out of the tournament as a whole. Now, I do remember that Ascent was one of the more contested maps for these teams. So it's really interesting to see that come up first. I'm curious to see if Fangs can come up with some new strategies in their playbook to try and surprise Playground.
Indeed. So for map one, it is Ascent. We're definitely going to go into map two, which will be Haven. And if we are lucky, we might get a map three, and that would be Split. So, Playground Esports and Team Fangs. We've seen some of the names kind of here and there, but I am actually very impressed by both these teams because I do feel that most of their members, in the competitive scene, they're kind of just, taking a dip. And this is it could be a very new experience for most of them. A more familiar name is Clay. I do remember him in the earlier days with God Particles. So that is really cool to see him come back, this time with the Guru, Heretic, Aryan S, and Prophet. So they will be on the side of Playground Esports, pushed down into the lower bracket by Reckoning Esports. And on the other side, that is going to be Team Fangs on the attackers, Coley, Cactus, B2, Smoke A, and Maverick.
Yeah, in terms of compositions, it's the exact same for both of the teams as they were playing last time around. When they played in the round of 16 on Ascent, Playground did win the map 13-9, and it was the same compositions: B2 on the Reyna, Coley on the Killjoy, and then on the other side, Clay on his Phoenix that he's really known to play. So both of the teams carrying the same composition forward, I do feel like inherently gives a bit of an edge to Playground since they've already won this particular matchup, but it also just puts the limelight onto the side of Fangs. Like, hey, if you're not going to change the composition, it usually means that you have confidence in what went wrong in the previous matchup. You have reviewed your mistakes and you're now ready to go in and just rectify them, knowing that the composition itself was not the issue.
And here we are ready with the action. You do see the buys, not much light armor to work with. Most players gonna go with that ghost. For the accuracy, they gotta get those headshots. And Playground Esports on the side of defense. Now, when it comes to Ascent, I do feel, that it's more defense favored. Definitely yesterday, it was very clear that teams played very well there on the side of defense. So for Team Fangs, right off the bat, their communication is going to be tested, their strategy as well. And it's up to Playground Esports to kind of just hold it down. Now, in this first round, all about accuracy with the pistols, it is going to be very important to get this round under their belt just so that they can have a good start. Momentum is high and it can definitely translate over, but that's going to be Clay finding a headshot onto Smoke A, just pushing that B main, now backing away onto site. He does have the jet readily available right around him just to back him up.
5v4 on the map. You see Playground, while they have the man advantage, they are tagged and will low. INS on that jet is very low on the HP, and now Heretic taking some shots. He's been taken down low as well, but still not a single member down. They're just trading out damage. Coley and V2 as well. It's a full stack for Playground towards this B main side, but it feels like they're spending a second too long there, and it's exactly what they're going to be thinking as well, leaving their Sova in Profit there to just leaving their Sova in Maverick there to try and cause some noise. Fangs now going for the rotate. Playground, though, they're just very disciplined, holding on to their positions. A 3-stack on this B side, wherein Prophet and the Guru on the other hold down A. Now, Fangs, I expect they were trying to fake out a rotation and go back towards B, but Playground, they were not deterred. Instead, they held down the side. And now you can see Fangs making their way back into B main. This could be disaster for Team Fangs.
Not giving up, but they have less than 20 seconds to work with. Team Fangs as they make their way onto the B side. This is going to be Clay dropping in a curveball. It does blind 2 members, and that is just brilliant. Make that a triple for Clay. And Maverick's going to find a kill onto the Guru. Maverick, he gets a triple as well, but from the back, he's going to be taken out by Prophet. 2 members left alive. A great bit of defense there coming out from the side of Playground Esports.
Yeah, a very nice round picked up for Playground. Like, the idea from Fangs was obvious. Like, for them, it was about to just try to hold down B main while taking themselves away from the particular angle. They waited towards B lobby as much as possible, hoping that Fangs would just sort of play into their own thoughts, overthink it, and go for the A rotate early, and then they could punish that. But Playground were very disciplined with their approach, and Fangs ended up walking into a double stack towards that boathouse, and Clay with that flash ready just completely surprised them. Talking about flashes surprising them, Clay with another on point with his Spectre coming out. The molly to clear an angle. He picked up 2. Now for his third, will get taken down, but he caused so much damage here. Allowed his team to push in aggressively and his Prophet to pick up another. Now 2 versus 1. Amongst all of these trades, it's Smokey left and he picked up a Spectre for himself, but he will get taken down by the Guru. And before like the crux of the round really even began, a really quick anti-eco going in the favor of Playground.
Indeed. Not all is lost there for the side of Team Fangs. Did manage to get at least 3 takedowns. And Playground Esports securing that second point for themselves. Right there, Clay with a beautiful spray. Back-to-back rounds, picking up a triple. This man is someone you have to look out for. 6 kills, 2 rounds in. He is definitely on fire.
Yeah, right now, Clay is on point. He's also got his running back ready in the 3rd round itself, and that's a huge ultimate to have this early. So we'll see if he's able to use it to get real impact. Now, a B-main crossfire setup between Clay and Smokey. It's actually Clay who ends up going down, and he finds a kill too. So a trade going out 1 for 1. Now, Smokey tagged out by the recon as well, has to just back out of that position. But amongst all of that, it is Team Fangs who come out on top as they're able to tag down Heretic low as well, get B main control, and now they have the option of either forcing the site, which they must do immediately, or going for the rotation with the time they have.
Cage triggered.
A 1 for 1 trade, now make it 2 for 1 as Fangs Maverick takes out Aryan S. Now the attackers with the man advantage, it does look like they're going for a huge rotate, and they might want to pick up the speed just a little bit. Little do they know that the A side is actually barren. Not a single defender there. We can see the Omen, the Guru, and Prophet just trying to meet up with Heretic, realizing that something isn't quite right. Where is the attack from B main?
30
Instead,
seconds left.
the Guru and Heretic, they've made their way over to the A site. There is the Leer thrown in by B2, and here is the full-on attack. Team Fangs on site. They're looking to get the spike planted, and this is Prophet just creeping up on rafters, waiting for that audio cue. Less than 15 seconds. Cactus is going to secure that plant. A 4v3 situation, and it's up to these attackers to hold it down.
Revealing area.
See, Prophet with the recon bull trying to get as much info as he can, but this vertical angle for Fangs so great. Kohli on the backstab now. He picks up a couple, and B2 with another. The Guru, even though he was able to find a trade, Fangs finish off the round in a triumphant fashion to get themselves on the scorecard, make it 2 versus 1 on that scoreline. Now, that was a bonus round for the side of Playground, so it will be this next round that they look to really go for a full investment and try to once again bring the tempo in their favor. But considering the fact that they lost 3 guns in their Spectre round, it will mean that they don't necessarily have full buys going into this. A couple of players likely to end up on those mixed buys. They might even go for the... Actually, they are going for the eco here. just Clay and the Guru going for the light buys, making sure to keep enough money to be able to get full buys next round. INS going for only the Frenzy. He's likely going to pick up the Operator in the next round. So this round, a perfect situation for the Fangs to just equalize the scoreline completely and bring themselves to a 2-2.
Indeed, and now this is RNS spotting out that little bot there. Just gonna dodge that shock dart. Roll in by Maverick, and that is gonna be the first kill. Clay does get a return on that Guardian there. And the attackers, they made their way through mid. The control is successful as they progress right through market. Dark covers being set up. And Heretic not gonna connect those shots. B2 takes him out. Clay with the curveball. It takes out Coley, and he's gonna take down Smoke A as well. Another triple kill. This is nothing new to this man as he goes absolutely insane. One-man advantage for Playground Esports. Team Fangs, B2 taking out the Guru, and it's back to an even playing field. The Prophet just gonna whip out that recall bolt, get that information.
30 seconds
but the
left.
attackers just keeping themselves safe at the back of Boathouse. Prophet, he does spot out the Reyna, drop to 3 HP. That is from Cactus. So ready, but they've got to watch out for Clay as he comes right around the other side from the staircase. Playing this very slow.
Last player
And Cactus
standing.
securing the plot as
Spike
B2
planted.
protects him.
One
2v1
enemy
situation. Clay gets a 4K, now raising the wall. If he clutches this, it is going to be an ace. We were talking about Clay coming back now with this new team. He has experience, and B2 not looking at the right direction. He turns at the last moment. Make that a quadra kill for B2 as well. Clutching that round out and bringing the scoreline to an equalizer. Very beautifully done there by B2.
Yeah, a nice effort over there from Clay with that running back, and with just the Guardian, he's able to get so much control over that market area, completely clear out the site and help his team push for the retake. In that 2v2 situation, Prophet getting tagged really low did put a lot of pressure on the side of Playground, but despite that, he pulls it back to a 1v1. And at the end, it was down to a nasty flick coming in from B2 to secure the deal. A 4K from both of the duelists, B2 and Clay, means that we are set for a really exciting matchup here with both of the teams really performing up to their marks. You also have to consider that last round, it was just an eco for the side of Playground. So they will be, at the end of it, happy with how it went, but also a little just disappointed considering how close they were to pulling it off. So now they'll come back into this round, try to get the lead once again in their favor. The one thing to notice though is that Clay did use his running back, so no more ultimates ready for Playground Esports. But on the other hand, Maverick on that Sova has that Hunter's Fury ready. So if you can get a plant through, that Sova Hunter's Fury can be perfect for the post-plant situation.
Now this is Prophet just ready to make that lineup happen.
Standing ahead.
There it is, the recon bolt, trying to get that information in the mid-court area. Team Fangs playing it slow, playing it safe. You do see the owl drone
Deploying drone.
from the side of Maverick, and that's gonna be Aryan in a 1v1 off duel. Smokey is gonna come out on top, picking up the first kill. Now the defense might be a little bit more shaky as they lose one man. Clay looking for a kill. He's gonna get spotted out. Not the right time to pull out those hot hands. Unfortunate situation for Clay there. Make that two members lost on the side of defense. Team Fangs looking for the right time to progress. They could go through a short or go for that mid control, which I do think is actually very possible for them. Another member on the side of Playground Esports, they're going to lose their life. It's a 4v2 situation, not the best for the side of defense.
4v2 in the favor of Team Fangs, and they're looking to push their advantage on multiple fronts. A B-main push coming out, now backed up by from the shadows as they get the spike on that Omen over here. It's Prophet though holding down the CT angle to find the first kill and reduce the advantage. Now you can see Fangs is spread out with Kohli holding down this mid-market area. He's going to be the X factor for them this round. If they're able to take down Kohli Playground, it would be huge. But the paranoia now coming out actually by Fangs ends up blinding their own teammates, but it works out at the end of the day. Because Playground themselves, they push in blind and they get taken down. A really nice crossfire setup by Fangs. Given the fact that they knew Playground's positioning, were able to take them down and secure this third round for themselves. That off battle is so impactful to the entire round because the fact that you're able to take out RNS's op really early into the round means that you're not really scared about peeking those angles and you can be a bit more free with your approach. So Smokey on point to get that first blood for his team. He's going to carry the operator over and look to be just as impactful in this next round.
Indeed, and I do believe that Team Fangs, they were pushed down into the lower bracket by Playground Esports. So coming back here, this is definitely an opportunity for them to kind of prove themselves, to kind of take what they've experienced before and, you know, all that observation about how Playground Esports plays and all of that, and take that against them, get this win. You know, it'd be the perfect revenge story. But as for Playground Esports, they can stay a step ahead because they have beat Team Fangs once. So that is, you know, either way it goes, which team wins, it's really going to be the fight of the fittest. The team that does the most amount of research, you know, they try to sharpen their strategy, their communication, they are definitely going to come out on top here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the idea that we were looking to see in the composition, like the agent select before this as well. The fact that both of the teams carried on with the exact same composition, it would mean that it came down to pure preparation. And it seems like Fangs have done their fair share of that. I'm seeing a lot more rotational plays as compared to what we saw from them before. They're very willing to just sort of spread themselves out, get the information that they need, try to find the picks before they actually commit onto a site. They're not necessarily overcommitting early, and that's really important from them because that was a bit of an issue last time around. Now, on the side of Playground, though, I do feel like they're taking a peek too many, taking a duel too many, and that's not working out for them whatsoever. Because you have to, at the end of the day, remember that their biggest advantage lies on the defense with their Cypher. You need to play around his utility, like maybe even stack a site and wait for the attackers to come to you, then try to punish them. So now on another eco for Playground, Fangs in prime position to just sort of keep pushing their lead further and further.
Holy there with a very sneaky bit of positioning. He's going to find a double kill. And that ultimately opens up so much possibilities for the side of Team Fangs. Now the Guru with the Sheriff. Just waiting for the right time. A bit of an eco round for the side of defense. The Guru spamming away and the metal door is going to come down. Heretic coming in from rafters. A beautifully placed nano swarm from the side of Coley. Cactus picking up a kill to Profit, and Heretic's the last man standing. What was that shot? It was nasty, not quite enough. Great shot there, taking up Coley, but Cactus ending off that round with a triple kill and a 2-round lead for Team Fangs. Oh, that was a really good kill by Heretic there. It's the Sheriffs for me.
Yeah, like the number of insane Sheriff shots we've seen in like the top half of the tournament so far is just absolutely astounding when you consider like the mechanical, like just sheer capability of these players. As you said, just instant one tap from Heretic, absolutely nasty there. But hey, Fangs coming together as a team, they're the ones who pick up the round and they'll be going into the next with that 2-round lead. Now, it was the eco once again for Playground in that last round. So this is their buy. Once again, INS on that operator. He's going to be one to keep your eye on. He's positioned himself into that B-mid area. Nowhere close to the action though, because you can see Fangs, they've grouped up towards this A side. They're stacking it up. Now, the drone from Playground did reveal a couple of members towards mid-top. And with the audio cues likely going towards A main, it will be the smokes coming out as Playground try to hold down A. But with the turret revealing their positions and the lockdown ready for Kohli, this could be a very simple A execute for Team Fangs.
Indeed, we do see the ultimates are ready.
Blinding.
And that's going to be Smoke A busting out the Blade Storm. The Guru's going to find first blood right onto Kohli. Recon Bolt does spot him out, but the attack is very prevalent. Yes, Fangs, they make their way onto site, and Clay's going to get a beautiful double kill. No time wasted at the last man standing. It's going to be Cactus, and he is cornered. Now he's going to spot out one, but the Guru takes him out. What a bounce back from the side of Playground Esports. And I'd just like to add that Clay has a total of 14 kills, while the next one on his team is the Guru with 5. Now, that is almost 3 times the amount of kills that another one of his teammates has managed to get. I think Clay is definitely on form. He's very much ready. What I would like to see from the side of Playground Esports is a little bit more coordination, communication, staying on their tippy toes, and hopefully, more of their teammates can kind of show in a way how they can set up these kills for their duelist Clay and how they can also kind of help him out through a little bit more teamwork. And as for the side of Fangs, they still have that 1-round lead. The full buys are in, 2 members with light armor. They gotta make this work or the economy is gonna greatly suffer.
Yeah, it's exactly as you said. Despite Fangs actually having a win streak before this, they were losing multiple members every round, so they didn't really build up their eco. So they need to make sure that they don't drop this round to be able to have full buys in the next, and they're trying to do so with a spread out approach. Mid control is the name of the game, and with that, they're able to take catwalk, now trying to push into green. But you saw the Hunter's Fury come out for profit from Playground, was able to cause, I think, 1 tag's worth of damage, but not actually able to get any kills. Delayed the push for a significant bit though, and because of that, you can see the rotation had come out for INS. Now he's going for the rotation again, trying to hold down mid, while it's great to hold down Garden with the Guru on that A ramps, A heaven hold as we expect. Now all of Fangs stacking up onto this B side. It's the Guru to find the first blood. The lockdown coming out for Kohli, but they're walking into a multi-stack of Playground with the operator ready in this heaven side. This is not the greatest position Team Fangs.
Arian there, lovely shot, getting the kill onto B2, but Cactus is gonna find Profit, and it's down to the 3v3. Kohli's gotta pump it up, and he does get the spike plant secured. Heretic will find a kill, make that a double for Heretic. Smoke A with the operator, he's gonna find one, but it's a 2v1 situation now. Looking for the kill, he is cornered. It was a bad spot for him, and Arian S is gonna finish that off. Playground Esports with the bounce back. Even Stevens on the scoreline once again. Very back and forth for both sides. I do feel that Team Fangs did doing quite a good job here on the side of attack. And as for defense, Playground Esports, Clay is still popping off. The Guru, he was there, and Heretic finding that double was huge for the team.
Yeah, that really became the issue with that push, right? When you get that lockdown in, ideally you want to push in as soon as possible and use the last few seconds of the lockdown to get yourselves in post-plant positions. The fact that they were only able to push in after about 3 or 4 seconds of the lockdown commencing meant that they had 0 to basically nothing time to actually get into their post-plant positions, and that meant that Heretic on the flank and RNS on the heaven hold were covering every single angle. That combined with the neural theft of Heretic, it just meant that Playground at the round in the back, but the Guru, oh my god, he's made A his fortress so far. A beautiful one-way on that A door to get a triple kill for himself. Just put the Fangs in Team Fangs.
Wow, the Guru just stepping up like that. What a beautiful spray. Now, Team Fangs, they will have the money for the investments, and this is where ideally you want to see Team Fangs kind of bounce back. Now they've got the full buys, 3 Phantoms, 2 Vandals, just to save the economy, and we are approaching the end of the first half very soon, just a few more rounds, and then it is the side swap. So, Clay still leading at the top now with 16 kills, the Guru with 9, and on the other side of Team Fangs, we're going to see Cactus and B2 both with 7 kills each. 2 ultimates readily available. That's going to be the Blade Storm. And from the shadows, Playground Esports, this round could actually be in the bag for them. Team Fangs, they got to find a creative way to bait out those ultimates. And the right time and opportunity to go in for the perfect attack. With the Owl Drone just scanning A short, the Guru back in his favorite signature position. We just saw a mow down, a triple kill. That spray, let's see if the Guru is going to get it once again.
They slightly changed up the position, so this time Clay holding down A main while the Guru plays Garden. I think this is because of the fact that they're trying to make sure that it doesn't get a little too predictable, and this could end up really surprising Fangs because they're, as you can see, being very cautious in their approach. They're making sure to not give themselves up in that one-way smoke angle that they got caught out before, but they're waiting in these corners, and the Guru was to peek them with the paranoia. He could get a lot of utility and damage done right here, right now, but he's not expecting Smokey to be right here. Smokey goes for the jiggle, and with that jiggle, he's able to get the first blood. But Clay holding down in aim, he gets one back, doesn't have his runner back ready, but does have the wall, so he can just split up the site and then go for the push. But instead, he's just gonna wait over there for his team to come in. And in that hold, Maverick is gonna be the one to take down his clone. Prophet going down, and with INS missing his shot, it's up to Clay to push in. The flash in the push though, but Smokey is still there. He finds the Blade Storm, leaves it in a 1v1 for Maverick to kill Heretic and secure the round. That was some back and forth, like topsy-turvy action.
A very haphazard round. There was just so much chaos, and we can see it here on the instant replay. But man, Clay coming in with that spray down once again. But Maverick to save the day. And you can see how quick the kills were happening. So you know that communication on both sides must have been in absolute chaos. Team Fangs able to hold it down. They had to protect the spike. They watched all angles. Maverick there, great for him. I do feel that this best of 3 is going to be extremely slow. And solely for the fact that both these teams, they seem to have a very similar skill level. And I think that's what's making this best of 3 so exciting. So back and forth, it's unpredictable. This is the kind of competitive gameplay that I really enjoy watching. You see the attackers catching the defenders off guard and vice versa. This time it's gonna be Smoke A finding the first kill. Aryan S gonna show his prowess with the operator this time and takes out Cactus. Smoke A looking for a kill as well. Both these Jets are at it, and they might just meet up with one another. Smoke A does get blinded momentarily. Aryan S is gonna find his second kill onto Maverick. Now he's gonna look for the next one. He's gotta be careful. Drop to 18 HP. Aryan S just hiding in the cubby, and this is going to be Clay coming in just to back him up. 40 seconds left to work with. The attackers taking it slow. They're around the courtyard area. And Playground Esports, they're going to maintain spreading themselves out.
30
one
seconds
on each
left.
site, just to be sure. The shots are getting fired. 4v3, Clay raising up that wall. And it's going to be a pullback from the side of Playground Esports.
You can see 4v3 Playground Esports there in a better position, but the fact that the Fangs have the first priority on getting into this B side could be huge. If Heretic not able to hold it down, Heretic in this boathouse though, he's gonna go for the peak, but Smokey able to get another kill. The Heretic, he finds another, but Smokey with the fourth. It's Heretic and Smokey left in a 1v1. Smokey on his ace, Heretic on the clutch. Has his cage ready to block off that sight line, has a camera to set up on this right lane, and can just go for the defuse since he knows that there's nobody on site just yet. Instead, he's gonna fake it out, going for the peek here into an operator. It's Smokey with a nice flick to find the kill, the ace and the clutch for Team Fangs. Damn, that was close, and they pulled it back from a 3v4. Team Fangs and Smoke is specifically doing phenomenally in that round.
Smoke A! Where did he come from? And Ace, he took out every single member with that operator in that round. That is impressive in itself. Clay and Smoke A, both of them really great duelists for their team. Now we're gonna move into the last round before the swap. And Playground Esports, let's see if they can get this first half to end off even, or if Team Fangs might just have the edge over the team that sent them in the lower bracket. This is the last chance. The team that loses today will not have a second one. They're out of the competition. That's gonna be Profit, utilizing that owl drone. Spots out a bunch of attackers there in B mains. Gotta be careful. Nano Swarm activated by attackers. Aryan S gonna find a kill on his own. Heretic chimes in. Make that a double for Aryan S. As he comes back out, he's gonna go for that peak. The neural theft is dropped and positions are compromised on the side of attack. 2v5 situation. Aryan He's gonna spot out Smoke A, but Clay does pick up the kill, and Cactus is the last man standing, takes out the Guru, but Prophet's gonna seal the deal. We're gonna end off the first half 6-6 between Playground Esports and Team Fangs.
Damn, that was a close first half. Playground pulling it back in the last round in that half to make it 6-6. After Smokey's insane ace, it's really been a show of those duelists. Smokey with 13 kills, Clay with 20 on top of the leaderboard right now. It's these duelists you need to look at going into the second. But for Playground, especially when you consider Smokey's proficiency with the operator, it's only going to get tougher coming into this attacking side. Fangs now on the defense with that Killjoy and trying to get Smokey on that operator as soon as possible. That's going to be just their game plan. Rely on that Sentinel to hold down the B side and then play a bit aggressively with that Reyna towards that A main. Now you can see Fangs, the way they position, they want to just keep it real simple and real low towards this B mid area, using the alarm bot to hold down that particular angle while the Guru, while Cactus on the market area just waits for a peak. All of these utilities being traded out though will mean that the side of Playground able to bait it out, and now with that utility wasted, they can go for a wraparound, try to push into B side, knowing that the shock dart's out, they only have to try and take down one turret to get into the side.
Indeed, a very similar approach here on the pistol round. This time Playground Esports on the side of attack. Slowly but surely, a little bit quicker as they lay down the dark covers, successfully infiltrating the B side. It's up to them to get the plant like Cactus and Smoke A. They're gonna mow down those attackers. Cactus finding a double kill. Only 2 attackers left, and what are they gonna do? One with the Frenzy, another with the Ghost. Aryan S looking for that peak. The Guru watching the other end. Aryan, he's gonna find a kill onto Maverick, but there's more to take down. Make that a double kill. He's gonna go for a quick reload. That Cloudburst just to buy a bit of time. Smokey with a great bit of prediction, and the Guru's gonna get flanked from all sides. Make this first round in the second half one for Team Fangs to secure.
Oh, was that important?
The really nice first round picked up for Team Fangs, and this is where you can really see the comfort come through on the defensive half, right? As you were talking about earlier at the start of the map, Apo, like, Ascent generally that defense-sided map, unless you've got that really aggressive breach or even a Sky to push through on attack, and the fact that the teams really don't have either does put the onus on the defensive-sided team. In this case, Team Fangs, like, they're able to control where they want to just sort of take the battles, and they're able to just dictate the pace of the play, and that really is what is effectively playing out. Now, they're gonna have to try and change that, but right now in the eco, it's still Team Fangs with the better weaponry and the advantage. It's only Kohli going for the pistol, so I assume that will translate into later for operator for Smoke A. But I'm not really sure why Kohli did go for the save. Now you can see a kill picked up for Team Fangs. They just back out of there, close down the door, and now holding down mid while Maverick holds down this area. The recon ball going towards Heaven, though, not going to reveal Maverick's position, and with a Spectre, he can cause so much damage if they go for the A side push.
Smoke A trying to break down that metal door. Darkcom is going to keep us safe. Maverick on the other end, it's a spray down, whipping out that pistol, looking for the last man standing. Beautifully done by Maverick. Gotta check all spots. Been sneaky, and that's gonna be a shorty. Not quite enough. Maverick with the 4K, and this is Team Fangs pushing the lead that they have into the second round of the second half. Let's have a quick look here, the instant replay. You know, this is a spot. Time and time again, we have watched so many teams. They forget that defenders, they can be cheeky. They would stay there. Sometimes you see the Killjoy turret placed in that spot, but still it kind of just goes over the heads of these players. They don't check it, and a mow down like that, you know, it can happen. So good on Maverick changing it up. It's not going to work every single time, but that was a great bit of play. One thing that we can see from Playground Esports, they look very aggressive on the side of attack. So far, at least in both the pistol rounds for them, they're just going with a very quick attack. They kind of just show themselves, themselves go for the duel and see how to work from there. What I would like now in the third round, they're going to have those investments. How are they going to approach the attacking side? Because just running right straight into a site, you got to be very coordinated and be sure to check every single angle, because it's easy for the defenders to kind of just mow you down, just spray you down. What do you think, now moving into the second half, how do you think Team Fang should hold it down on the side of defense, and what should the approach be for Playground Esports?
Generally, into a pistol and the anti-eco, it's usually okay for teams to go for the stack and push because they're relying on the fact that in that pistol and anti-eco, there's almost always very little utility to contend with. But going into the buy, you can't really do that unless, as you said, you're this super uber coordinated team that knows exactly when to make that push, and that's very rare. And it also is very risky because a single thread in the wrong place, a single footstep made too early, or a mistake happening means that entire, like, it's like house of cards that just instantly collapses. So you're gonna have to be very careful with that, and we'll see if Playground do opt for that, because generally in buy rounds you want to, especially on Ascent, you want to just spread yourselves out, try and get a few peeks onto that mid-side area, get mid-side control, and then commit to a site once you know where the defenders are really committing their utility towards.
Indeed, and now we're back with the action. Shots fired from the side of Fangs. That's going to be Smoke A on the operator. 17 kills. He's right at the top. That's going to be Coley finding the second kill. Coley spraying away. He knows exactly where that Sova is. The shotgun does connect with Coley. There's a little bit of damage. The second one takes away all of his armor. And a beautiful paranoia. But Prophet's going to find that double. The paranoia connects it to Prophet. He still manages to secure the kills. It's an even playing field. 3v3. Both sides are relatively healthy. Aryan looking for that kill into Maverick, but dashing in. Maverick coming out on top. Not sure what happened there, but Playground Esports, they're in a little bit of a pickle. Now with the full buys, if this is not going to translate into a round win, it's going to be excruciatingly difficult for them. Now Heretic and Prophet making their way into B main. Cactus hiding in this little corner. He's going to have his two buddies watch for the A site. And let's see if Cactus is going to be prepared for this.
30 seconds left.
Two right now. Cactus in this tiny cubby, but they do check the corner, but it's to no avail. Cactus taking down Heretic over there is so huge. Even though Prophet able to trade it out, he did lose a bit of speed towards it, and it does mean he's a 1v2 with just 39 HP, no utility left to his name, and needs a single kill to pull off his Hunter's Fury, meaning he's not going to have time to get even that through. This is going to be purely a test of him relying on his aim to pull it off, but with his recon ball coming out, his position reveals it's all but impossible. It's B2 to take him out and pick up this buy round win for the side of Team Fangs. And with this, especially considering that they're able to pick that operator back up, it's a huge round for them. They give that diffuse over to Maverick, get that Hunter's Fury online as well. And now Fangs in full control with the eco advantage, with a 3-round lead, and that operator in the hands of Smokey.
Indeed, looks like Team Fangs did their homework. They don't want history to repeat itself. Playground Esports, they gotta step it up. 3 rounds in the lead. I do believe this is the biggest gap we've had since map 1 started, because it was such a seesaw scenario. Back and forth, back and forth. Team Fangs, Clay there with 20 kills. Highest on the board. RNS right behind him. And as for Team Fangs, we're gonna have Smoke A with 17 kills. So good on that operator. So moving into the next round, it does seem like Playground Esports, they're going to invest in a bunch of Sheriffs. And you know we love the Sheriffs. Those one taps, it's so satisfying. Let's see if they can pull off a thrifty round, if they're lucky, if they're able to kind of, catch Team Fangs off guard. But, overall, looking at both these teams, what are your thoughts? Because for me, I do feel that, the skill level is very similar. Strategy is not the most creative, but what both these teams understand is that straight up attacks are not going to work. You do see the rotations, you do see the attempts to combo their abilities. So that's really good coming out from both Playground Esports and Team Fangs. What are your thoughts, CA?
I think the last time around when we did see both of these teams play, Fangs, they always looked really good on defense. The struggle they really had was on the side of attack. And as you said, it really does look like they've gone back, reviewed their mistakes, and it makes me really happy to see that because I feel like that's really the main purpose of that lower bracket. Like teams get that second chance to really prove that, hey, what happened was a one-time affair. We're a team that can learn from our past and come back stronger. And it feels like Fangs have done exactly that. Now at 6-9, they've already won as many rounds as they did in the map they lost. They lost 13-9 before. So they're in prime position to just keep pushing their advantage and win it through because they're in the side of their comfort. They're on that defensive side. And Smokey on that operator, he's very willing to be aggressive with his peak, and you need that on a Jet. Like that's the prime reason you almost always see Jets on operators because she's the only agent that has the freedom to take those aggressive peaks and go unpunished because of her utility in the dashes. So the fact that they're willing to do it is huge. But now Smokey going for the double updraft with the Bladestorm and Hunter series to try and get some damage, but Playground already on the other side of the map. They've taken B-side control, but Kohli holding it down. You cannot penetrate the
Cactus here in market, that's going to be Heretic securing the spike plant. The Guru hiding right below that platform from B door. Maverick coming in, just going to back up Kohli. Now, what I don't like is the attackers all on the site as they hold down that spike. They got to spread it out. They've got to come in from different angles because the defenders coming in from the retake, they can easily just corner them. Heretic finds 2 kills with that Sheriff. Clay does as well. Smokey and Cactus cleaning everything up. It looked like a bit of a moment for Playground Esports to kind of redeem themselves, to make it a 50 round. But Team Fangs, they're looking as clean as ever, and it's like you mentioned. Defense does look like their place of comfort. So Team Fangs, they know exactly what works well for them. And, you know, holding it out in the first half and able to kind of come into the second half now, that 4-round lead is huge for Team Fangs. Playground Esports, they've got to answer to this. Now, they're coming in with full buys once again. And Playground Esports, you can't see them hovering much closer to the A side. I do hope that they create some ruckus, but ultimately, you know, go in for that mid control. And you can see a bit of prediction coming in from Team Fangs. They've stationed 3 closer to the A side. So, you know, the mind games are very much real here in this best of 3.
These units for Fangs going out. It's B to find one, but Clay is sending with the grenade. Smokey going for more, though misses his shot, and Clay able to pick up 2. Now has his running back ready as well, but knows that he likely doesn't need it. Instead, using the volley to clear out the angle. Doesn't check it though. It's Maverick taking him out, and now the neural theft for Playground as they try to get some information. Now Maverick with the lineups, not gonna actually land anywhere near, as it's up to Kohli to get that lockdown down and start the retake for his team. Now Kohli with a lineup for himself. Fangs, they're ready with all of these lineups, and they're really important because you see Kohli, he's basically cut off that CT area, and he's got 3 players detained. The lineup with the swarm grenade to get 2 as well. The defuse will come through, and damn, that was some insane stuff. The lineup was for binary. The lockdown, he knew that if they are to escape, they will go to the binary. So just perfectly paired by Kohli over there.
Wow, Kohli, that is how you play Killjoy. What an insane display of skill. Let's have a quick look at that real quick. Kohli there with the double kill with that Nettle Sword. Absolutely nuts. And that is going to be 11 points for the side of Team Fangs. Momentum is riding high. Now, a point that I would like to put out, you know, we saw Clay make a brilliant entrance onto the A site. And to get a double kill just off the bat like that, I do hope to see a little bit more of a follow-up coming in from his teammates, utilizing the fact that Clay is such a strong fragger. Now, the action is kicking off. That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Clay popping that running back to keep himself safe. 2 more ultimates readily available for the side of Playground Esports. That Hunter's Fury is going to come in very valuable as they make their way onto the A site. Team Fangs with a slow rotate. They want to go for this retake from as many different entries as possible, which is a great bit of game plan. Now Kohli with the Odin. He's going to be spraying down. Cactus finds a kill onto Clay. A man disadvantage. Playground Esports. They're on the A side. Coley trying to make his way in. Gonna toss in all his. Oh my god, not again. Coley, Cactus, and B2. They're gonna step in as well. Wow, at this point, we can see the momentum is very high. Team Fangs, they're moving way more coordinated than we have ever seen from the start up till now. And a few rounds before, there's just so much confidence beaming out of their movement. I think it's great, and that is going to be match point for Team Fangs.
They haven't lost a single round in the defense, and they really know what they're doing. Like, the setups are so nice. Instead of, like, we regularly see with the Killjoy, teams tend to go into this habit where they always go for the single setup. Pakoli, he's always switching it up. Like, for example, if you look at this particular round coming up, he likes to save his like alarm bot as well as nanostorm grenades to try and cause some damage. Has his Odin ready as well, so using his turret as a pseudo peak. Went for the spray and was, with the help of his teammate, able to take one down now. Guru with the trade, the Clay with another. It's down to Kohli to hold this side down. Has his Odin, and the Odin is perfect against a multi-stack. But right now, Playground, they're not overcommitting. Instead, taking all-top control. They've got their all point for themselves. They're going to look to go for the rotate, but Maverick already holding down the flank. They're going to have to take him down to get the rotation through. But Maverick with the shots. He finds one, finds another. Looking for more. He's able to get out of there on time. And B2 coming for his help. It's Kohli now on the backup. And Maverick and Kohli just pinching Playground into non-existence in this match point.
Got spike.
Clay now retrieving the spike. It's a 1v2 situation, and there is the Hunter's Fury, not exactly going to the right spot. But Clay, he's gonna take out Kohli. 17 HP, the hard hand is back. He's gonna heal back up with more health. 65 HP to work with now.
30 seconds
Team
left.
Fangs, Maverick, he's not very healthy. This 1v1. Now what will Clay do? 20 seconds left on the clock. He's got to go for the plant. A brilliant move by Maverick to kind of just wait it out. Clay, less than 15 seconds. He's got to get himself onto site. 10 seconds. Got to get rid of that metal door. And here is Clay going for the plant in good time. And now Maverick, he's got to go for this retake.
Recon bolt does give Maverick a bunch of information. He has to know now that Clay is either under heaven or behind the generator, and behind the generator exactly where Clay is. I don't think Maverick is expecting that white swing to come out, and Clay with the triple able to secure the clutch and keep Playground alive in this map just yet. Clay has been on fire. 27 kills to his name. In a round where you thought it was over, 1v2, Clay with like his position note, it's almost impossible to pull it back. He's able to find duel after duel and claw them out of that muddy ditch. Clay now with his running back ready once again, it's going to be him they rely on to get the entry onto his side.
Indeed, Clay is such a key component to the team that I do feel it is best that if Playground Esports can figure out a way to work a strategy where they keep Clay alive for as long as possible, where the other members are a little bit more supportive when it comes to the entry fragging and whatnot. Because the moment Clay goes down, it seems to be a little bit of a struggle there for Playground Esports. But hey, it's a best of 3. This first map could be one that is not exactly working out for them. Playground Esports, I'm not saying it's impossible at all, but I do think that they have what it takes to try to get that 5-round consecutive win just so that we can go into overtime, because close games make the best games. But right now, Fangs, they're looking pretty unstoppable. Match point, and that was that first round that they lost since they got onto the side of defense.
Yeah, the first round being won for Playground especially, it makes it a huge consideration for a possible comeback for themselves. Like, if that hadn't happened, it would have meant that Fangs have so much momentum going into that next map, because they would have known, hey, we won defense uncontested, so if we play well at what we're good at, we're unstoppable. But Clay putting a wrench in the works does mean that they have to rethink their strategy. They have to make sure they don't make any mistakes, don't make any overzealous pushes, and don't get punished, because right now, any single opportunity that I feel like Playground and Clay especially get, they're going to pounce on it and try to just sort of use that single advantage to push forward for the win for themselves. Now, in terms of ultimates, I do notice that the lockdown is ready for Kohli once again. So it does give the opportunity to Fangs to play very defensive, even allow a site to be taken because then they have that lockdown to play for the retake.
Indeed, Team Fangs so strong on the side of defense. And Clay is just absolutely nuts. I mean, if you think about his performance the entire time, he's just getting multiple frags. He takes out at least 2 before he goes down. And the amount of triple kills, that was absolutely nuts. We also cannot forget that ace by Smoke A. That was nuts on the operator. And it's great to see, all these Jet players, especially the fact that both these teams are relatively new on the scene. So, the fact that they are here, they're fighting it out. And I'm actually pretty impressed with their strategy, at least their basic strategy. It is down. We see them spreading out when it's on the side of defense. They try to go for rotations when it comes to attacking, but communication is also going to be key. Now, Playground Esports losing 2 members, making that 3 Smoke A, taking off heads with those daggers. The Guru's going to find the kill, and Cactus finds one onto Clay. Last man standing. The Guru, he picks up Cactus. It's a 1v3 situation. Not too good for the side of attack. It could be the end for Playground Esports.
Cactus has his from the shadows ready though. He's gonna go for the full wrap to B side, but Kohli already ready right here. He's gonna find him. I think he might be going for the... Okay, he's not going for the knife.
Defenders
Gets
win.
the headshot and is able to take him out. 13-7. Fangs start off their revenge story off right with the win.
Wow, what a match. Team Fangs coming into this lower bracket of the quarterfinals, just like you mentioned. They took map number 1 for themselves over Playground Esports, the very team that put them in the lower bracket, that took away their first chance, and this is Team Fangs' last chance. Wow, we're going to head into the WD Black Cup match highlights and talk a little bit more about what went down on Ascent, which is map 1 of this best of 3 here. Now, I'm going to start off with Playground Esports. I am going to be 100% honest. I came into this game looking at Clay thinking, man, this guy, he was absolutely insane when he was with his previous team, which I do believe both you and I see. We have casted a lot of it. We've seen what kind of player Clay is on that Phoenix. And true enough, 27 kills. He maintains that spot at the top of the board. He didn't come to play. He's Clay. He came to slay. But it wasn't quite enough because, team fights, communication, playing with a team is going to be a lot more important. And right here, Team Fangs overall, they were just a lot more consistent in that aspect. Smoke A and Collie, I do believe, were 2 players that really stood out for me. And Maverick was a little bit more behind the scenes, but if you look closely, his recombos are actually absolutely amazing. It just, gets so much information for Team Fangs, and that was why they excelled so well on the side of defense. Well, what are your afterthoughts here, CA?
I mean, it's exactly as you put it. Fangs, it does feel like they're more of a rounded team. Like, the roles they have for each other much more solidified, where they're comfortable in that particular aspect. It does feel like Team Playground, they're a bit more raw. Like, Clay, of course, I can see him perform out of his mind on the entry fragger role, but we noticed in a lot of the rounds, like, the backup wasn't there on time for Playground, and just that, like, millisecond difference even can mean a lot when the action is so close, when the skill is so close between both of the teams. So I want to see Playground just step it up a notch in terms of that teamwork. If you have a player popping off, maybe try and funnel as many resources as you can onto him. Make him your win condition and play around him to try to find the win for yourselves. Because right now, Fangs, they're very coordinated. They have the crossfires, they have the lineups, and they have everything they need to just finish off like this series right here and make it a nice 2-0 for the revenge story.
Indeed, 13-7. Looks like Team Fangs, they have done their homework, and hopefully Playground Esports will go back to the drawing board and kind of figure out what they have to do to try and take map 2 to stay in the running of this best of 3 here in the lower bracket of the quarterfinals. So I do believe we are going to prepare for map number 2, which will be coming up shortly.
In the meantime, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe with the notifications bell on as well. If you like some amazing deals, check out some top class performance storage, purpose built for gaming, or multitask and game with ease with the AMD Ryzen 5000 series processors. You can find both of the links down in the description below. We'll go set up and be back real soon with the WD Black Open Cup.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the WD Black Cup powered by AMD Ryzen. We are ready with map number 2. It is between Playground Esports and Team Fangs. Map number 1 was taken by Team Fangs with a score of 13-7. Quite a dominance. Let's head over into the map veto screen and look at what is going to be up next. CA, how do you think map 2? It's going to be Haven. How do you think that's going to pan out?
It's going to be a really interesting affair considering that the Phoenix that we saw Clay pop off on for Playground, it's really good on Haven. Like Ascent, a map where Phoenix does have a much more tougher time being the entry fragger, but Haven make sure that he has a lot of opportunities and angles to do the same. So I'm going to keep my eye on the side of Clay for that aspect. But when you look at the map itself, it's all about team play. Like the map is so big, you have to be coordinated with your team, and that's really where Fangs were excelling. So it's going to be an interesting look to see which team brings out the exact same composition. I'm interested to see if Fangs do change it up.
Indeed, and it's very important that you mentioned about how team play is so important for Haven. 3 sites, you can't just rush them, and if you do, you got to make sure that your team is coming in from 2 different entries. So let's say you're gunning for that C site. You want to be sure that you have members clearing out C long and clearing out the garage area into the link, and if you can, try to get into that link between C and B as well. So looks like the picks are in, and it seems to be very similar to what we've seen before. And Coley's gonna be on that race this time. I mean, he was pretty impressive with that Killjoy, and now B2 on that Cypher. Cactus on the Jet. Smoke A with the Sova and Maverick with the Omen. So it's a complete change for Team Fangs. And on the other side, for Playground Esports, it does look like it's gonna be similar as before. What do you think about that, CA?
I'm a little confused. I'm gonna be straight up. Like, I don't really understand why there's some drastic switches in the the player roles for the side of Team Fangs. I'm assuming that they have map-based compositions and the roles change depending on that. But like considering Smokey's proficiency with the operator, I assumed he'd be canning on the job because you can't really op on a Sova. Like you could, but it's not really ideal. So it's an interesting look for Team Fangs, especially considering that they have no flashes. They're playing the no flash comp on Haven, and that's a scary aspect whatsoever. It requires just pitch perfect team coordination. So they're going to have to start off right, especially since they are on the defensive side, the side they're supposed to be much stronger at, and the side also Playground with that Phoenix will be much more comfortable.
Indeed, defensive side, that's going to be Team Fangs. And on the attacking side, it will be Playground Esports. Now, Haven has been through a lot of changes, especially, with the new agents coming in compared to when Valorant was first released right up to now. We've always seen Haven as a very attack-favored map. It's the perfect place for you to kind of set the pace, force defenders to follow what you are doing as an attacker and catch them off guard. But as times do change, it does feel like it could go either way depending on playstyle. Now that's going to be Clay drawing first blood with that Ghost, a beautiful headshot onto Coley, and Cactus with a very aggressive stance. Defenders have lost 1 man, so not too sure why Cactus is all the way up there, but if he can keep himself safe for as long as possible, look for maybe a wraparound, for the fact that he is not spotting any attackers right here. We do see Playground Esports making moves in Garage, coming down C long, then looking for that plant on the C side.
Spike planted.
Cactus just now was able to use his drifting capability with the Jet to completely avoid that trap fire, so they should have no idea that he's here on the flank, but somehow you can see already Prophet on the lurk with Guru. They're gonna take him down. D2 is able to find a kill on the side though, and you can see Fangs already. They've taken side control. They're gonna set up the smokes, go for the defuse, and in this post plant, it's hard to go for the spams. Guru though still able to take down the plant, and the shock darts coming out as Prophet gets the shock dart kill and Clay with another. It's Playground starting off the pistol round really strong, picking up the first round for themselves and making sure that they have the advantage going into the next.
Indeed, a great start for Playground Esports, a lead that they can definitely push, especially for the fact that they did lose map number 1. So map 2 is going to be especially important for the attackers right now if they want to stay in the running. So looking at the buys, Team Fangs, they're going to go for that eco. No force buys, they don't want to play it risky. They're going to go with safe.
Now, Cactus with this Cloudburst trying to get out of control is able to do the same. This is the eco round. They're going for the eco rush. Cactus and Smokey moving in. They've set themselves up in this long position, waiting for Playground to show themselves, and they're going to do exactly that. The peak's coming out. The Cloudburst to deny the view. It's Cactus with the first peak, and it's Heretic with the first kill. Now Smokey is able to trade one out, but the Guru there with the backup, meaning 2 kills going in the favor of Playground. They've caused a lot of ruckus over at this A side, and they can use all of the pressure they've created to set up the smokes and go for the A side execute.
B2 here can't quite see anything as that dark cover is placed right up there onto Heaven. A great
planted.
and very simple dark cover placed by the Guru. Now B2 just waiting patiently. The spike is ticking. Attackers are moving down a short, and that is where Cody's going to be caught off guard. Aryan S finding a kill. Clay as well. And a second point for the side of Playground Esports. The Guru off to a great start now with 4 kills in total, and Clay there with 3. There's something about Playground Esports on Haven. You know, we're talking about the composition. The fact that Clay has that Phoenix to play around the curveball, that is going to be a huge tool for the side of the attackers. So, you know, this is working out well. Right now, in coming into round 3, Team Fangs, they have the better firepower. They should take this win. How is Playground Esports going to play around this?
Going for the rush with their bonus though, but Cactus and Smokey, they love to take A long control, but this time Cactus was able to make it a double side peak. Smokey with the triple. You take the duelist away from him, but you don't take the frags. And now they demolish Playground Esports in this A side. Cactus picks up another, and that 2-man Jet and Sova squad pick up a flawless round for Playground. Going for a flawless in their buy, make sure that they can go into the next trying to match the buys against Fangs and snowball their eco on the basis of that.
Playground Esports should have played that a little bit more safe and have a bit more anticipation, because crowding around like that was definitely questionable right up there on 8 logs. So, you know, a great round for Team Fangs, flawless as well. They're going to maintain that economy, and you can see Smoke A 5 kills in total. Now, just starting the round right off the bat, there's a Hunter's Fury, but Cactus is going to find a double onto Clay and the Guru. Maverick chimes in, and it's all down to the last 2 members, Prophet and Aryan S. Cactus waiting very slowly. He's going to swat some shots, and that's Prophet going down. B2 as well. And 2-2 on the scoreline. Team Fangs with the bounce back. So it almost seems like, you know, the pistol round wasn't exactly something that Team Fangs was able to win. But now with the buys, they do look particularly strong holding it down. As well, you know, we did see an Ascent where they got on the defensive side. It was really tough for Playground Esports to kind of break through all of their defenses and barriers.
Yeah, and Fangs are being so aggressive right now in the last 2 rounds. They're continuously pushing forward, taking the aggressive peaks and surprising Playground again and again. They're able to win those duels and just get a lot of control on the map on the basis of that. Once again, an A-long push, this time a 3-stack with Kohli joining Smokey and Cactus. They're able to take full A-lobby control and a 3-man stack on this flank, meaning Playground, they have a lot to fear. Now, Playground themselves, they've taken mid control, but both the trappers stopping them from moving any further, meaning they're just free prey for these duelists coming in on the flank. It's Cactus to pick up the first kill, spots out the spike, dropped, and now B2 pushing in from the other side. It's going to be up to INS to try and find some kills, but Cactus already taking them down. Fangs so aggressive with their approach.
Prophet, last man standing. With the Sheriff in hand, let's see if those 1-taps are going to connect. It looks like Smoke A. Not exactly going to spot him out, but there it is. That's 1. Will he fight the second? 34 HP. He does have the Hunter's Fury, but he might just get rushed, and that is Cactus there. Ending the round off. Beautiful triple.
I mean, damn, like the unrelenting pressure from the side of Team Fangs right now. I feel like it's just sort of stifling playground. I do think they're confused. This is not the sort of aggression we see from like most teams coming out on the defensive side on Haven, especially when you're running a comp with no flashes. So props to be given to Fangs for how confident they are in their approach and how they're able to continuously just make sure that playground, even though they're on the attack, and that's really what you get out of the attack, the proactive approach, they're not actually able to gain any advantages, and they're instead just playing more like just feared rabbits trying to wait for their own execution.
Indeed, and Cactus is really popping off. What is so
Yeah.
confusing about Team Fangs here is the fact that they're all on significantly different roles. It's
Yeah.
not as though, there's like a couple controllers and they're kind of switching up their picks, and maybe the two duelists, they're going to switch up their picks as well. Smoke A played a Jet on Ascent, and now he's playing Sova. And the fact that they actually look so comfortable here on defense, like they know what they're doing, it makes you kind of wonder, what does Team Fangs do in their spare time? Depending on a map, they're going to pick up a different kind of agent. They also have to be proficient on that agent, and it's not easy to get to that level of experience and mechanical skill. So Team Fangs, definitely a very interesting team. Cactus does have his ultimate ready. And on the side of Playground Esports now with the full buys, we're going to see Aryan S with that operator. Let's see what they're made out of. Clay just dropping in that curveball, trying to get a little bit of pressure off. Defenders are spread out. 3 of them on the C side. This looks like it's going to continue being a very interesting map, number 2. Because I think these players are unpredictable.
Yeah, Fangs on point with the way they're continuously switching up their setups. INS was picking up the operator to try and stop the A aggression that was continuously happening, but they instead stacked up on a different side. And now you can see Playground, they realize that A side is open, they're using the running back to infiltrate it. They're able to get into this side, but Fangs, they almost were ready for this. They're willing to play on the retake. And you can see the entire team now coming on the rotate. It's going to be Kohli on the flank, while the rest 4 of them try to push in from that CT angle. Now the recon bolt ready, the team ready in their CT angle. The paranoia went out from Playground, but to no effect. They're waiting for Kohli to come through, and as soon as he does, the recon will go in, backed up by the smoke and the paranoia. In go Fangs, so the retake with the vertical angle for INS. He picks up the first. B2 there with another for Heretic through the smoke. He picks up a couple more. Even though Fangs know exactly where they are, the information, not much use so far, but Maverick and Cactus, they get 1 each, but they're running out of time. Playground, they should be able to secure this round.
1 enemy remaining.
Maverick, he finds 1 kill, but not enough time to defuse the spike. Maverick's running for his life, but the spike does catch him. And that is a round for Playground Esports to take. Wow, so back and forth. And RNS there with a very nice kill. It was extremely chaotic what was happening. But Heretic there, finding that double was just massive for the side of Playground Esports.
Yeah, like Playground doing really well to capitalize on the information they got. Given the fact that no aggressive A push happened from Fangs, they realized that it's likely that Fangs tried to switch their approach, go for the aggressive push onto C, and they instantly found A themselves, take side control, and with really nice post plants, they're able to hold on. But now Cactus, he's picked up the operator for himself and already taken down his opposing counterpart. RNS down, meaning no operator left for Playground, making this round execute so much more difficult.
Spike down A.
Smoke A finding a kill for himself. Team Fangs, they're gonna switch up that aggression every single time. Now Clay, he does spot out the tail of Smoke A. He's looking for that kill, but Smoke A comes out on top, and that hot hands is gonna burn him to a crisp. Meanwhile, Prophet's gonna chime in and take out Kohli. Playground Esports down to only 2 members as they make their way over to the A site. That is gonna be Prophet transporting that spike, and then Neural Theft thrown in by Heretic.
Spike planted.
They know roughly where the defenders are. Now Cactus, no odd there with the gun switching, but he is gonna pick up that Phantom. Prophet and Heretic pushing through A short. They want to get a cheeky angle. Prophet's gonna find Cactus, but there's 1 more. Maverick's gonna come out on top. Maverick gets a beautiful double. But is there time? Yes, there is, because B2 snuck round from the back. and he's going to be able to get that defuse easily in time. And this is what we talk about, which is so important. When you are on the side of defense, going in for the retake from different entry points is just so important because you can catch the attackers off guard. In this case, Maverick, a beautiful double kill, taking out the last two attackers and, you know, watching B2 come in from the back, go for the defuse. Team Fangs seem to be very well versed when it comes to playing for the retake on the side of defense. On the other hand, Playground Esports, well, at least, you know, here on the attacking side, I think they're holding their own. Cactus! Cactus! What a shot onto Clay! No warning. Immediately the barrier face lifts up. He's gonna find a kill. Look at Smoke A as well, picking up a Heretic. Now this is just Fangs. They're on a roll. B2, Maverick. And that was a really quick round. And what is so particularly confusing about this matchup here is that some rounds are extremely slow, some are really quick. It's almost like both these teams, they kind of have a specific perception of how their opponents play. And everything is just so unpredictable. They're just kind of going with the flow. What are you making out of this, CA?
Really, I feel like the team coordination for Fangs is what is continuously giving them an edge. I mean, don't get me wrong, Cactus is just absolutely popping off. But like more than that, like as you mentioned, right, on the retake even, the fact that they're on point with the way they're approaching the side. The Cypher, who is alone, very slow as compared to the two people coming in on the flank who are willing to go for the peaks, making sure that their weaknesses are covered. They're again and again able to use their strengths to gain the edges. Once again, Cactus gets their first blood, and in this buy round for Playground, things are not working out well whatsoever. Now you can see Playground, they themselves, they push into C-side, taking garage control for themselves, but their position is revealed. They need to get the spike down. They try to go for the first slumper already. Prophet actually wins the duel against Cactus, and that's going to be absolutely humongous. Now the Hunter's Fury coming out from both sides, both with 1 tag each, but no kills going out, meaning a 4v4 with players low. It's Maverick getting the first kill, and now Fangs on the retake. They're gonna push in, but RNS already ready. He finds one, he's tagged low, but he will get taken down. The showstopper coming out for Kohli is Maverick to pick up another kill, and now Kohli ready with the rocket in his hand, gonna fire it down this long angle. Take the Guru down. The bullets came through before the rocket, but hey, both of them do the exact same thing. Help Fangs secure yet another round.
Indeed, Team Fangs with their 6 points. And knowing that they're so comfortable on the side of defense, now is the time for them to rake up as much rounds as possible. And as for Playground Esports, I do recall them as well being more comfortable when it comes to holding down the fort. So Playground, I think they're doing their level best that they can. And hopefully they're able to bounce back, because this map is so crucial for them to stay in the competition. Now here on the scoreboard, we're going to see Cactus there with beautiful 12 kills, Maverick with 10. Still in shock at the fact that all members have changed up their positions, but I do like the way they work together. Now Cactus here with the AWP, he works with that Sova to get that information and utilize that. Kohli right up there! He's gonna pick up a double, and Cactus finds one! Smoke A with a double as well! The anticipation, the predictions, it's almost like they know that Playground Esports is gonna push for the A site. What a round! What a round!
Yeah, I mean, they combined really well. Like you see Cactus, he functioned as that initial peaker extremely well, getting the information that his team needs, and as soon as he gets that, he tries to land a shot. It's okay that he misses in that particular situation as well, considering that he can just back out. And as you expect, the attacking team, they're trying to just force the operator down ASAP, because you want to catch the operator out of position and take him down, but they're ready. They're ready, knowing that Cactus is likely to get chased. Kohli on that vertical angle, making sure to just make them pay, and they work so well with each other to pick up their 7th round. That was the eco for the side of Playground though, so this will be their buy where they try to pull it back, but already the run it back instantly denied by Kohli. He's going to be able to reposition himself. Play though, he will say no, dice pushing aggressively, he'll find the first kill, but the wall bang for Maverick just too good, able to find the trade, and now 4v3 in the favor of Fangs. Cactus and RNS, they trade a kill for kill, but B2, he makes sure that Fangs comes out on top, and now a 3 versus 2, they're gonna be easily able to push for the retake.
beautiful. Some great shots and great kills. Very quick return ones as well. Now it's down to this 3v2. Spike has been planted. Smoke A, almost spotted out by Heretic. Prophet's gonna find B2. And it's down to a level playing field. Heretic's gonna go down to Maverick. And Prophet is the last man standing on the side of Playground Esports. He's gotta defend that Spike. He spots out one. Out comes the dark cover. What is Prophet doing? He tries to use the shock dart and Smoke A defending his buddy. He's gonna pick up that kill with a beautiful headshot. Team Fangs, they're on a rampage right now. 8 points. And, you know,
Last round
at
in
this
the half.
point, it almost feels like both teams are kind of just going along with whatever information that they get. We do see some rotations. It's almost like, you know, they pick a side, make some noise, realize it's not going to work, and then they go to a second side, and then they fully commit to that. That seems like what Playground Esports is doing. So, you know, I think it's going to be pretty easy for Team Fangs to continue reading them over and over again. We're going to head into the last round before the swap, a little bit of a tactical pause here. But, CA, I don't think, you know, in all of our months, almost coming to a year of casting Valorant games, have we seen something as bizarre as Team Fangs, where a whole team changes their roles and they seem to be so comfortable doing it? You know, we do see a couple or a few of the teammates kind of just change it up. You know, we can understand it's a different strategy to kind of, you know, just whip it out of the bag. I do believe that Team Mahi is one team that used to do it a lot in the earlier days. But this is just really out there coming out from Team Fangs. And I don't think Playground Esports kind of expected it.
Yeah, I do feel like Playground, they're just completely caught unaware. Not just in terms of the composition, as you mentioned, like, but also in terms of the playstyle. You almost never expect this Jet Race composition to be as aggressive as Team Fangs are continuously being. They're willing to just take those duels, but they're doing so on an educated manner, wherein they understand what the opponent's likely response is to a particular play they make, and they punish the opponent for making that default response. The issue in that becomes, for Playground though, if you don't take the default response, you inherently get punished, because the default response is the most efficient way to deal with the problem. So I feel like Playground is caught between a rock and a hard place, where they're like, if we don't do this, we're playing bad, but if we do this, they're punishing us. So what exactly do we do? And that little bit of confusion, you can see Fangs just taking it all the way to the bank. 8-3 in the lead now, with an eco lead in this last round. They're in a comfortable position to make it a 6-round lead in the first half.
Now, reminder, this is the last round before the swap. 30 seconds have gone by, and we do see a pullback, a bit of a cheeky bit of positioning for Maverick there. But Playground Esports, they're going to pull away from A, leaving Clay to kind of just walk around, have a look. And this is Team Fangs. They're making the decision, kind of push in to the back, and Maverick's gonna pick up a double kill. Clay is there to save the day, and that's a 2-for-2 trade. Now, Playground Esports, Cactus with the operator, what a kill, and it was a bang as well. 3v2, the Blade Storm, but Cody's gonna wrap that up. Prophet getting a return kill. It's a 2v1 situation, and it seems like the tracking gun will be removed. Prophet finding the killer to B2. He picks up the spike, and Cactus in perfect time with that operator. We're gonna end off the first half. 9-3, heavily in favor with a 6-round lead. That is Team Fangs. Where did they come from? We don't know, but they are piercing through the competition.
Yeah, right now, Fangs, they just look unstoppable, and it's gonna become a true test of their mettle coming into the second half, because on the attack, without these flashes, you have to rely purely on winning those duels again and again. They were able to do it on the defense though, so it does make me believe that they will be able to replicate it on the attack. But having said that, I'm sure Playground now, with their backs against the wall, losing this map doesn't just mean you lose one map, it means you lose the entire series, and considering the fact that it is a lower bracket, it will mean that they're completely out of the tournament itself. So I'm sure Playground Esports, they're just gonna take a deep breath, make sure that they're relying on their communication to pull off a comeback. So Fangs, with this test, we'll see if they can continue that vein of form, the fact that they were able to win the duels again and again.
Indeed, watching Smoke A on that jet, we thought it was amazing because, Smoke A, he got an ace with the operator on that jet. Now we are watching Cactus with the off, and he's just popping off, clutching that round, that previous round for his team. So, it's really good for Team Fangs. 16 kills in total for Cactus. That's going to be Maverick with 14 and Smoke A with 11, just right behind. It is most definitely a struggle for the side of Playground Esports. They're 6 rounds behind, but right now in the second half is the perfect time for them to try and come back. If we are going to kind of compare, just get a little bit of a hint as to how these teams function, both teams definitely performed a lot better when it came to defense. So if anything, for you Playground Esports fans, I would place your bets right now in the second half. And if this pistol round does go well for Playground Esports, I do believe we can start to see a little bit of a comeback. It's going to be close, maybe a very back and forth kind of situation as well.
Yeah, I don't think we can count any team out just yet, but the fact that Fangs have this 6-round lead does put a lot of pressure into this first pistol round for Playground. They have to come out on top now. They did win the pistol round in their own attacking half, so it does mean that they are very much capable of doing so. It's just a matter of making sure that they don't give up unwilling duels, because unlike Fangs, Playground, they have the option with their flashes to even stay completely on the retake. Now you can see Clay towards the sewers angle. Is spotted out by the boombot, so has to take it down, reposition himself, but already the backup is ready to come out from him. It's going to be Fangs using the recon drone to get information of Playground Esports whereabouts, but all of that just a ruse. As you can see already, the rotations happening on the mini-maps. Fangs, they're making their way towards B. Their sights set on an early plant.
I doubt we even saw an attempt for a B-side plant in the first half, but here it is. This is going to be Team Fangs making their way there. The Guru, he's going to spot one out, and Cody takes him out instead. Make that 3 defenders lost. Team Fangs, they are beaming with confidence. All members on the B side, with the exception of one, and that is going to be the Sova. He is keeping watch in case of the wraparound. Cody makes that a triple, and that is going to be Heretic, the last man standing. Double digits for Team Fangs. This is insane to me. This is just absolutely crazy. Team Fangs coming in on that pistol round, just showing their dominance. And, they begun the round looking for an opportunity A site, but they were definitely much quicker, and they kind of just pulled it back. They realized in the first 15 seconds, like, hey, this is not going to work. Let's just go for a rotation. And they noticed that the B site was free. Coley finding the opening kill ultimately just opened a lot of opportunities there. So, Playground Esports, this is going to be a tough one. Any force buys? Yes, we do see it. Playground Esports, the Stingers, they're coming out. One Spectre. And let's see if Team Fangs is going to be able to anticipate this. That's going to be Coley finding the first kill onto Prophet. Arian S taking cover in the cloudburst. He's going to find Cactus. Now Coley watching those bullets fly by. Arian S with the stinger. B2, he's going to find a kill, and so does Maverick. 2 defenders left. It almost looks like Playground Esports was holding it down. Making a 1-for-1. And that is going to be Team Fangs coming out on top. That will sting Playground Esports, forcing those buys. Their economy is a struggle. It's almost like match point is going to be given up to Team Fangs, but right now 11 is secure for the side of attack.
That round loss might have just sealed the deal for Playground Esports here, because now you're in a position where, as you said, you either give up match point for free, or you once again keep going for the force till you actually win it. Both of those not ideal situations whatsoever. So it does mean that Fangs, not only are they just on just complete top tier form, just able to continuously force the duels and win them again and again, but they also have a huge eco advantage in terms of weaponry and good. So you'll see, they're going to try to push that forward, get into this A side, stacking up onto this sewers with just Maverick and Coley over to this A area. With Maverick to pick up the first and Cactus with another. B2 holding down the flank, he'll find his third. And with the plant down, 5v1, Fangs ready to take that point.
Match point for Team Fangs. It looks like quite a bit of morale has gone down on the side of Playground Esports, while it's thriving for the side of attack. They are not letting a round slip away. You can see here on the instant replay, it's just a bow down. So quick to execute. Got the plant. 12 is to 3. What a revenge story coming out. Playground Esports, they were the ones to put Team Fangs down in the lower bracket. Now meeting up with them. It almost makes you feel like what goes around comes around. The studying has been done, but this time Playground Esports, they're gonna take out 2 members first, right off the bat. Team Fangs will be 3. Let's see how they respond. As Clay, he's looking to push out. Coley might just get caught. And Coley's gonna find Clay. The communication there. Clay should have known that Coley was right there. Coley's gonna find the second kill right onto Prophet. The Guru's gonna take out B2. It's a 2v3 situation.
Now, this playground with the advantage here, because not only do they have the man, they have the better positions. So Fangs, they're gonna have to try to make the first move and find a player. And they're trying to do that with this garage push. They want to get some information. The satchels to get Coley into this window area. INS barely misses out on the shot to him. Now Coley holding down this window is causing a lot of pressure onto Playground Esports. And using that pressure, Smokey could go for the full rotate, but instead they're just waiting for Fangs to get, for Playground to get flustered and walk into their hands. But with the time running out and Playground being really disciplined, it's going to be up to Fangs to make the move. And now Smokey from Garage trying to get into the C side. The time is running out, so he's gonna put out that recon board, get the information and move in. And Coley, he's able to get 1 kill with just 12 seconds left. They're going for
10 seconds left.
Rotation onto B side here. Not a likely play, but they have enough time to get it through, but not enough time to go for the plant. I think they are barely gonna get the plant through with a few milliseconds left. And they're able to do exactly that. They picked up another kill as well. The patience from Fangs paying out dividends right now. 2 versus 1, but with both of them on low health, this is going to be such a difficult side to hold. Now INS, his position is revealed. He's trying to push through, clear out corner by corner, going for the smoke cloud burst to try and get the diffuse through, but that's a fake, and now he's cornered on both sides. INS, he takes out Smokey, but Coley, he's being so patient, he's waiting. Coley's corner is not checked, and he takes him down for the 4K and the round win. Hats off to Team Fangs. That was a brilliant and patient round.
Team Fangs. What a performance there. Revenge has definitely come back. Unfortunately, Playground Esports, they're going to be knocked out of the competition. And Team Fangs, they're going to progress forward into the next stage of the tournament. Cactus there with 18 kills and Maverick as well. This is what you call teamwork. What a game. Now we're going to head into the WD Black Match highlights and talk a little bit more about what went down in this best of 3. So I'm going to start with Playground Esports. We did see Prophet kind of step up this time, but it was a struggle for the team. Going down 13 is to 3. It is definitely a harder time for them. It could be the fact that it is a map that they're not 100% comfortable with. Definitely a better performance in map number 1. I do feel that Playground Esports, they have a lot of potential to kind of just sharpen their edges and come back into the competition. They made it really far into the quarterfinals for the fact that they are a new team, I would presume. So, you know, good on Playground Esports. We saw the fight. They were really trying to soldier on and push through. Now, as for Team Fangs, where did they come from? Who are they? And what are they made of? Because coming into map 1, they showed that they were really strong on the side of defense. They had communication down, they had strategy, but the performance in map 2 was just mind-blowing. Switching all agents, it kind of makes you think like, hey, what they're playing on Haven, is that really their mains? Because they perform so well. The ability to kind of change so drastically when you have a duelist going onto a sentinel, you have a controller going onto a duelist. It's just absolutely nuts to me. Cactus, he played a mean jet. Maverick, a great omen, and Coley, someone who was on a killjoy onto a raise, and to have such a brilliant ending with a 4K. I mean, Team Fangs, they are definitely a team for you to look out for if you have not heard of them. I mean, Team Fangs, I think they're going to make waves now. What are your afterthoughts, CA?
I think map 1 was just down to that pre-match preparation. Fangs, they knew exactly what to expect and they were able to win that. And that was much more expected for us. Like, we could see the preparation translating into advantages. And there, I was like, yeah, okay, well played, Team Fangs. So map 2, as you said, it was completely mind-blowing. Them switching on to different agents, especially when you're playing this no flash composition. I do feel like this composition inherently carries a weakness if you don't have the perfect coordination, and that is completely nullified by Team Fangs. They have that. They're able to continuously, have the right communication they need to push through, and the fact that they're able to do it on different agents just speaks volumes about their play. Even in the last round, the patience and the comms you need to pull off a 2v3 in that situation when your health bars are so low, it does mean that this team is ready to just get to that top tier level where we look at teams like Mahi, Godlike, or even GE and challenge them and try to take them down. It does fill me with a lot of hope, looking at teams like Fangs, Inglu, Tempest, even all of these teams really coming out. And it's not like newer teams that we saw back in the day. These teams, they have the mechanics, they have the macro, they have the game sense, and they're ready to not just be teams that you can look at for the top 5 to 10 position, but teams that you can try and push all the way into that top 5 and take down the old guard, bring in the new guard.
Indeed, this was a really good game here in the lower bracket. Unfortunately, Playground Esports, we hope to see you guys next time around. I thought that the performance through the competition was really admirable. Keep fighting, and congratulations to Team Fangs for making it over to the next stage of the competition. What a performance. And I think this does actually bring us to the end of the first half of today. Don't worry, guys, we'll be back with the second half. It's going to be a whole different best of 3, also in the lower brackets of the quarterfinals. So remember to like and subscribe, hit that bell icon so you get notifications when we are live. I hope to see you guys there as well.
Yeah, it's going to be Revenge Day, Rad and Tempest to play it out later. That's going to be just as exciting and I can't wait for it. But while you are waiting for it, you can check out the links in the description for some top class performance storage, purpose built for gaming. Or if you'd like to multitask and game with ease with the AMD Ryzen 5000 series processors, you can check out both of the links for some amazing offers for yourselves. We'll see you later with the next series in the lower bracket quarterfinals of the WD Black Open Cup soon.
Thank you.